Hi. Recently, the French newspaper Le Monde reported that the Chinese Communist Party, or the authority of China, has basically given order to the Chinese movie industry, the film industry of China, setting a new target, and that is within 5 years, the Chinese movie industry should take over the role of Hollywood. Okay? And they were encouraged by the statistic saying that the year 2020 was the first year the number of cinema income in China has exceeded the American annual cinema income, something like $34 billion, and America only 25 billion. So, you see, this is interesting in a way. By the way, they also set a new rule saying that they should reduce the number of Hollywood film or number of Western film being shown in China. That should reduce step by step. Yeah. So, year 2019, it was 11 such film allowed to show or to be shown in China, and 2020 only 5. So, it's interesting. Huh? Why they are doing it? Before I tell you, don't forget, check your subscription, and of course, I'm happy if you click like after this. So, why they do it? Well, you see, the Chinese Communist Party from the very beginning understand to have control over the culture is important, because after all, what they want is to control the mind of the people. First of all, to control the mind of all the Chinese people. But the next step is to control all people in the world. So don't worry, they will come to you. So they have to start to fix, the problem in their country first. So from the very beginning, since the Communist Party took power, 1949, they work on controlling the culture. Yeah? In the beginning, they only criticize these books and that author and that newspaper and that magazine and so on, claiming that they are reactionary, they are rightists and whatever. Yeah? To suppress them, absolutely no respect for freedom of speech. And from 1949 till, say, 1960 something, yeah, they were not happy with the result. And that's why in 1966 they launched the Cultural Revolution. That is, the party would take all their power they have to focus on crushing the old culture. They didn't do it secretly. Actually, they said, we should, without destroying the old culture, we will never be able to establish a new culture. So, and that was the whole idea of Cultural Revolution. Using 10 years' time, a hell of a lot of national resources to destroy the old culture, the old faith, the old thinking, the old buildings, the old habit, the old tradition, everything old are bad at that time. So after 10 years, many young Chinese particularly, they don't have any real understanding of the old Chinese traditional culture. Yeah? And later, after the Cultural Revolution, they managed to destroy widely the Chinese culture. But the problem is the economy suffers a lot. But when you close a country, basically no connection, no contact with outside world, and just so you can focus on suppressing your own people and brainwash them, the economy of course suffered. So, 1979, they start to talk about the open door policy, the reform policy, to rescue the economy, and actually not just to rescue, they also want to really to develop the economy. Because when you want to conquer the world, it doesn't help that you are the top leader of 1.3 billion poor people. So they want to make sure that China become rich and strong, and then they can really enjoy being the leader of a big and strong and rich country, right? So they know that. In order to do that, they have to have also called open door policy, meaning letting Western culture to come in. Well, not that they welcome the Western culture, but in order to develop international business, you have to allow Chinese people to have contact with Western world or with the free world. But you cannot just say you are only allowed to talk business with the American, with Japanese, with German, and not to talk about anything else than business is impossible. So in these 30 years of open door policy, more and more culture from the free world also enter into China. Even if they don't like it, they try to limit, but it's impossible when you want to develop the economy. So now, after 30 years of so-called reform policy, the party is the opinion, now our people are being now too much influenced by this bad thinking, spread around by Western films and not only films, all other cultural stuff. So now it's time again to hit back. So this is why they have this decision, And now they are using all those money, all those billions of dollars they have managed to earn in the past 30 years, to use it what? To use it to brainwash even better, even more thorough the Chinese people, and also to brainwash non-Chinese people in the world, Through this One Belt, One Road project and all these so-called cooperation projects all around the world, they are also in the same time not just exporting goods made in China, but also exporting party culture made in China. Not Chinese culture, but party culture. Because the real Chinese culture, the central point of traditional real Chinese culture is to have faith in God and to respect virtue. Virtue, moral, ethic were written very big in all the 5,000 years of culture. That they don't want. They want the new. They want people to get the new culture. And I call it the party culture, and other people too call it party culture, because this is not real Chinese culture. It's a culture pushed and promoted by the Chinese Communist Party. So what is this culture? For example, in the traditional Chinese culture, it is very important, a person, to be truthful, to be compassionate, to be forbearance, But the party doesn't want all the Chinese become truthful and compassionate. Forget it. Because they want all the Chinese to become a good soldier. And to be a good soldier in their mind, forget about being truthful and compassionate, and absolutely not compassionate, because if you are compassionate, then you won't be good in killing the enemy, right? So they want to organize the whole country as one single big army. And to a certain extent, they have succeeded. That's why our future is quite dangerous, So be aware. When you deal with China, doesn't matter what you deal with China. Today, China, the party has tried to organize this as an army. Every Chinese think that they are a soldier of a huge army. Remember that. So I'm not exaggerating. Look at almost all Chinese children. They became communist pioneer. And what do they swear when they join the pioneer? Almost all, 90% of children. They are standing in front of the red flag and swearing, that I will always follow the teaching of the Communist Party of China, and I will get myself ready to contribute to the cause of communism. Small children, 4, 5, 6-year-old children, they all learn to say that. And when they become adult and join the Communist Party, don't forget that this is the biggest party in the world, 90 million members. And what do they swear? They swear, I will keep the party secrets. I will always be loyal to the party. And I will be ready to sacrifice everything in my life for the cause of communism and for the best of the party. I'm not joking. You can check it in the internet. What do they swear? So don't forget. Yeah, don't forget. 100 million, or maybe almost the whole population, when they were a child, they have learned to swear like this. And then 90 million swear as a Communist Party member. And many of them, because of the cultural indoctrination, the brainwashing, many of them, they do follow that, what they swear. So that's why the present danger, the biggest present danger in our world is the Chinese Communist Party. Thank you for today. Please check your subscription, that is still valid. And of course, if you like the episode, click like. And well, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.